The Gist. You're listening to The Gist. Entertain but challenge.
Man, it is difficult to record this episode, but I felt like I kind of needed to. I wanted to give honor to Charlie Kirk after the horrible assassination of him on that Utah campus yesterday. And I've never really felt any impact from the death of a public figure before. I never really have, but this one really hit home. I felt this one. And, I was talking to Heidi about this whole thing, and she mentioned, the JFK assassination. And honestly, kind of like she said, this is really our generation's version of that in a big way. Except this time we have camera angles from every angle. We saw the whole incident. We saw the shot taken. We saw the bullet hit. We saw the life really leave his body. And the impact that Charlie Kirk has had on America, on my generation and under, really every generation, but really on my generation and under, is such a powerful thing. Our care group icebreaker last night was about influence, who has influenced you the most. And while Charlie Kirk may not have influenced me the most, he definitely has made an influence on my life and really on America as a whole, based on the response to his horrible death. The first I kind of heard about Charlie Kirk was when I was in college. In fact, there was a Turning Point USA club that had just got started the year I went there. And I joined the club. I was a part of the Turning Point USA club. There was like a few of us guys there. It was brand new. And it was kind of my introduction to Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA. And that was probably 2017, 2018, maybe. That time frame, and it's been almost, 8 years or so since then. And Charlie Kirk has done nothing but grow and influence, have become a powerful figure in America, but not just for his political stance, but for his stance on morality, on Christian values, even in his speech the day he was killed and assassinated, he was talking about Jesus leading up to that. If you watch some of the videos they've released of the speech before that, he mentioned talking about Christianity and God, how important it is, and that was the kind of man he represented. He was big on politics, but he was also big on God. And so whatever your political stance is, it doesn't really matter to understand the impact and effect this has upon a family first and his family. All those friends he had, every single person I've heard who talked about him, who were friends of his, all said the same thing. He was a great man, great moral man, loved God, loved people, loved his family. His character was right, a man of character. And Charlie Kirk represents quite a few things. One is family. He was helping bring hope to a nation, but also to a generation. He believed in the future of America. He believed in the future of the next generation of Americans. He believed they could be great and mighty men who do great things, who lived good, positive, character-driven lives. And he taught that. He was about open dialogue, talking to those who didn't agree with you. He represents a lot of great things. And I think it's time for us to, or we can help carry on that legacy by helping fulfill that same kind of character, bringing that same kind of hope, believing in God and what God can do in this country, in ourselves as individuals. The impact is heavy. You know, I've seen so many people hurt by this, feeling the heaviness of this moment in history. From people in church to this morning when I went to work, it was the number one thing talked about this morning when I got there. People feel it. Impact was made by Charlie Kirk. And it's one that will not die. It's one that is not over. I didn't know him personally, but it's this moment in history has affected me on a very personal level. And I understand that people will be people, but I think it's important for us to recognize, regardless if we agree with all his opinions or not, what he represented as a whole. Someone trying to create a connection with the other side of those who didn't agree with him, one who stood for good, moral, and righteous things, one who believed in God and promoted God throughout his whole entire time in the public life. Someone who a lot of his fellow contemporaries thought might become president one day, who had a beautiful family, beautiful home, trying his best to fulfill the purpose he felt like God had for his life. We can honor him by doing the same thing. Living good, strong, godly lives. Being a voice for what's right. Not being afraid to speak out on what is right. Giving the truth from the Word of God. Speaking what we need to speak. Being who we need to be. Pursuing the purpose God has for us. Doing these things. And in doing so, we can give honor. We can honor the memory and legacy of Charlie Kirk. Yes, he was just a man, but he is a man who has had such a powerful influence on people. The pain is real. The hurt is real. And the number one thing we need to do right now is pray. Pray for his family. Pray for this nation. And pray for each other. We can grow from this. We can build from this, and we can overcome the pain, but we cannot forget the memory. We cannot forget what he represented and stood for, the hope he had for this nation, for this generation. We can honor that hope. We can see a better future. I understand that the gloom and doom is easy to get behind. And will it get worse? Probably so. But we can never kill hope. We can never kill hope. I believe in this generation. And I'm so thankful for the impact that Charlie Kirk had on this generation. And I hope that we can honor his legacy by our walk with God, by our stand for righteousness, and by bringing hope to a world that's full of darkness. It's a heavy day, but God is still good. He's on the throne. And the best is yet to come.
You're listening to The Gist.